Video, I'm going to show you how to complete your breaking exercise. So after practicing using the Grossing plier and doing the tapping method on the scrap pieces of glass, now we're going to actually do a practice exercise, and you're going to be submitting your cut pieces when you're done, okay? So for this first part, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do these straight and these curved cuts, and then the second video, I'll be showing you guys how to create this shape here. So what you'll need, again, is you're going to need your cutting mat underneath. So underneath here, I have my cutting mat, my textured paper, my newspaper. So I'm going to use, again, the manila paper to act as my newspaper here so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, you also need a Sharpie. You'll need your piece of, like, I think it's 6 by 4 inch piece of glass. This is school glass. You'll need your glass cutter, your Grossing pliers, and your cutting lubricant oil. So again, let's just lubricate our wheel first. And then what we're going to do with our Sharpie is we're going to draw in, try your best to trace out the exercise. For remote students, just try your best to draw what I have. So we're just going to go in, we're going to draw in our exercise here. And we got a little raindrop over here. And I want you to go ahead and label these. So this is number 1, this is number 2, number 3, number 4, then we have number 5, okay? So I'm going to slide this out. So the first break we're going to do is right here. We're going to break using scoring, little tapping, and your hands to pull apart. So we're going to try to pull this one apart right here. So that's the first one. And then we're going to move to here. We do not have a running plier, so we're just going to be using tapping method for here. And then we'll be using the Grossing plier to do this part right here. All right, so let's start by doing this one. So let's go ahead. We're going to score. So I'm going to move this for you guys. Take this off. So again, I'm going to do this first one, breaking using scoring and a little bit of tapping and using your hands to pull apart. So let's go ahead. We're going to take our wheel here. We're going to trace over that Sharpie line. All right, you should be able to hear your score, so make sure you're pressing down really hard. We're going to flip it over. We're going to tap a little bit. Again, when you're tapping, you're going to tap along your score line. All right, once that's tapped, you're going to take your hands here and you're going to pull apart. So you're going to pull up and out and let you break, okay? Next, we're going to score and tap this line out right here. So I'm going to go over to here, score along this line here. I'm going to flip over, then just tap, and then it should fall apart. Next, we're going to be using the Grossing plier to cut this little square out. So again, on your Sharpie side, you're going to score. All right, do a little bit of tapping. And get the Grossing plier. Again, the flat side should be on the side that you scored on. So flat side on top, curved side on the bottom, and then you're just going to pull up and it should break. So I'm pulling like that, yanking down like that, and it's going to break. So here's my first piece. And then as you're doing this, you're going to realize that there's a lot of little shards that are popping off. So what I would suggest you do is sweep up your area or be mindful of putting your hand down because you can poke yourself and cut yourself. So if you can, sweep the area off before you continue. Now we're going to do these curve cuts now, okay? So the first one we're going to do is as you're cutting, you're going to be rotating along that score line, like so. And then what I want you guys to do is you're going to lightly tap until it falls apart. So you're going to tap along the score line. It should fall apart like that. So there's the second piece. The third one here, we're going to try that again. Again, so when you're see that? Number 3, And then the last one here is going to be number 4. There you go. So I'm just going to move this over to the side a little bit. We'll come back to this. Take this piece out. All right, in the next video here, I'm going to show you how to create this form.